Good morning, friends. Welcome to This Day, That Year. And we have actually lined up a very interesting incident setup, which will tell you what are the historic events that happened today on September 19th. So let's continue and find out about these incidents. So, friends, the first incident is actually from the United States, and as you know that the U.S. Was a democratic country. It became democratic country of nearly about 300-400 years back, and today on September 19th, 1778, when the Congress passed their first budget for the United States. So it's a big deal where, in a very systematic manner, in consultation with everybody, all people in the Congress, in the Parliament, so to speak, decided to regularize their budgets, their expenses, and their investment as a country. So this is important news which happened on September 19th, the year 1778. So let's move to the next one. And this is about beauty pageant. We have so many different types of beauty pageants today. We have Miss Universe, Miss World, Miss India, Miss China, Miss so and so. Every country has a beauty pageant. But did you know that all of this started in the year 1888 on September 19th in a spa in Belgium. So, I mean, who could have believed that beauty pageant will become a worldwide phenomena? And in a local spa, bunch of women decided to, hold a contest. Who's the most pretty, etc. in a spa in Belgium on September 19th in the year 1888, and that is the starting point of the beauty pageant. Okay, so let's move to the next one. Well, there has been a lot of conversation around the women empowerment, and believe it or not, women were not allowed to do many things in our society, which today is open because everybody is equal, etc. But women have been fighting, especially in the UK. They have been fighting for voting rights, which is the basic right a citizen can have. And even in a place like UK, they did not had voting rights. So the first country in the modern era who actually gave the voting right to women was New Zealand. And this happened in the year 1893 on September 19th, when the women were given equal rights, especially with regard to voting. And the first country was New Zealand. So it's an important thing, and it's an important trivia, especially when it's concerned the women empowerment. Okay, let's move to the next one. Well, this is about China. And China is such a powerful country. It's the most populous country in the world, and also a permanent member of United Nations. And believe it or not, they also have the veto power. And the only country from Asia to become member of, has a permanent membership of the United Nations Security Council. But do you know that United Nations had actually rejected the China's application to join the UN itself in the year 1950, and this rejection happened on September 19th in the year 1950. Later, I think history prevails, and they were given entry, and now they are the permanent member of the United Nations with a veto power. But can you imagine a situation where a country like China was rejected by United Nations membership itself, basic membership? Okay, so let's move to the next one. Well, this is about Poland. And Poland was part of the Warsaw Agreement. Basically, when the USSR was there, the Poland was part of the Eastern Bloc. That means there was a lot of influence of what happens in Poland and other Eastern Bloc countries was basically determined and controlled by the USSR, erstwhile USSR. And eventually USSR fell apart, and all other countries who were part of this alliance basically became independent, and Poland was one of them. And it's a big deal. This information is a big deal because for the very first time, the Poland conducted the general election in the year 1993, and this election was conducted on September 19th. So you can imagine, even after the Second World War, Poland became communist, completely controlled by the communism, eventually broke apart and embraced the democracy. And the first election was conducted on September 19th in the year 1993. All right, let's move to the next one. Well, this is about the cricket buffs. And our beloved skipper, MS Dhoni. Well, MS Dhoni grew up the ranks, and on September 19, 2007, he was declared for the first time the skipper for ICC World Cup Top 2020 team. So this is a big trivia for the cricket fans specifically, because this is about MS Dhoni, who became the 2020 captain for the first time. I mean, we know that he is the captain, but for the first time on September 19th in 2007. Okay, let's move to the next one. Well, this is about India again, and this is about the e-cigarettes. So, e-cigarettes are very stylish because you just keep them in your pocket, and, you can smoke them. You don't have to, keep the packet of cigarettes, and you don't, spoil the environment. I mean, you spoil the environment, you spoil your own health, but you don't have an ash which you keep dropping everywhere. You don't need an ashtray, and you don't need a matchbox. So this is one device which was introduced especially for the people who are actually flying, and in the flight the lighter and the matchbox is not allowed. So here was a need. When you land on an airport, where will you find a matchbox? You have to go to a counter and buy it. But moment you land, you can get into a smoking lounge and just put the e-cigarette. It will light by itself, and you can smoke without the need of any lighter or any cigarettes even, and stuff like that. So this is a new fad, which was a new fad, I mean, in the last decade. But later researchers found that e-cigarettes are even more harmful than the normal cigarettes, because e-cigarettes contains this liquid which is concentrate tobacco, and it can be very, very harmful for the smoker. So therefore, considering this health hazard, Indian government proposed to ban the e-cigarettes completely from India. Even though the cigarettes are being sold, but there is a very heavy excise. So government is saying that if you want to smoke, you have to pay a very heavy price for buying these cigarettes. And e-cigarettes are being in the process of being banned. So I think this is a good move. I fully agree with the Indian government that something which spoils our health, we should not be smoking. We should not be doing those things. So I think this is a great move. But this was announced on September 19th, 2019. This is a recent history which happened today, and an important one. And I thought I will cover that in my program today, my live stream. So friends, these are some of the important items that happened on September 19th. If you have any comments, do send in your comments and share your thoughts. Otherwise, I will meet you tomorrow again in this day, that year. Please take care, and I will see you tomorrow again. Bye-bye.